Stirring the coffee with the chopsticks of truth using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee at the molecular level. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, coffee in a mug that says, "Please feel free to shut up." Perfect. I roasted this coffee myself, ground it this morning, made it in a percolator. But I find that when you roast your own coffee, the best method to make that coffee is French press. But I didn't clean it. The last time I made it, I left the grounds in there and they're all moldy. So I have to do a good job of cleaning it. I have that stainless steel French press that makes beautiful coffee, but the coffee this morning was made in the Farberware stainless steel percolator. That is it's magnificent. There's nothing like roasting your own coffee. There's nothing like it. That is so good. And on a cold morning, all right. Well, you are in for a treat today because I'm going to be dropping some gems and bombs. You ready? Gems and bombs at the same time. Got up at about 20 of 4 today. Just woke up. The alarm goes off at 4. So I was up 20 minutes before the alarm went off. Went to bed at about 8 o'clock. So for the few people that called me last night after 8 o'clock, I was sleeping. I was in bed. So sorry about that. I go to bed early and get up early. But that might be the secret to my strength, possibly. I've never felt better in my life. I'm trying to think about it. I've never felt better in my life than when I've had this schedule. It's been absolutely amazing. Well, today I spend the entire day in a coaching mastermind group. I have a couple coaches that I use. One person helps me develop programs. The other is more focused on my wealth, not just making money, but creating wealth. And that's important. There's going to be solution-oriented exercises, hot seats, and more. And I'm going to be with Coach Ken MacArthur, a world-famous marketing expert. Only one goal: learn how to make more money, build more wealth ethically. There'll be about 12 hungry and curious entrepreneurs like myself around a table, and I'm going to be filling up an empty yellow pad. By the end of the day, that pad will be filled with notes. I'm kind of psyched. And Ken has a platinum mastermind group. I'm going to the initial group. If you want to look up kenmacarthur.com, you can see what he's all about. I will be creating a business mastermind group similar to his real soon, since about half of my coaching is business coaching. And it has been magnificent so far as people making money. That's really what it's all about. I had one fella yesterday that I'm coaching said that he had his first $10,000 month, and I'm very excited about that. And our goal is for him to have that $20,000 month, and I would like to see that at the latest a year from now. But I'm looking at, by the fall, 20,000 a month. At 20,000 a month, let me just share this with you. I have many friends who started with nothing and are building businesses. And one friend said to me, when you get to 250 a year, 250,000 a year, about 20,000 a month, things change. It's not about just eating where you want to eat, driving the car you want to drive, having a huge cushion in the bank, financial cushion. It's about the freedom and then the creativity that comes with the freedom. The more money you make, the more you can make. But if your heart's not in the right place, that's why I'm really liking Ken MacArthur, because there's a lot about the heart being in the right place. And in the YouTube world of people selling courses and doing seminars, there are some people whose hearts aren't in the right place. And I'm going to a workshop today. It's a full-day workshop from 9 to 5, where they care about our hearts. They care about doing things ethically. Got to finish my coffee here so I can speak properly. Doing things ethically. And so I'm pretty pumped. Pretty pumped about this. Yeah. But what everyone that I've worked with, they all come back and say this: once they hit that 250 a year mark, just life changes. Now, they're not the millionaire class. They're not the Lamborghini boys. But at 250 a year, and those of you that are there, you know what I'm talking about. At 250 a year, life is a little bit different. You kind of get to live not in the most extravagant places. And I'm the kind of guy that even if, seriously, my goal, I make my goals public. My goal is to make $1 million in a 12-month period, a very finite period. I've never done that. That means I have to make, and I want to work 300 days a year. That means I have to make $3,333 a day in 300 days to make $1 million. And I'm up for it. I'm game for that. I don't want to take 5 years to do it. I don't want to take 10 years to do it. I want to do it in 12 months, and it can be done. I'm hearing a cat. So these things don't happen by themselves. In the same way that your favorite pitcher, your favorite baseball pitcher has a pitching coach. Your favorite hitter literally has a hitting coach. Believe it or not. There actually is a school down in Vero Beach. Some of you guys, baseball guys, know this, that some of the top people in minor league baseball and also in Major League Baseball will go and tune up their game at this school. Business people meet with other business people who are much more successful than them. I'm not going to be the smartest guy in the room. I'm a smart guy. I'm a smart guy, but I'm going to be with people today that are literally 10 times smarter, make 100 times more than I do. I never want to be the smartest guy in the room. Some people love being the smartest guy in the room. You look at panels of people on YouTube, and you can always tell who wants to be the smartest guy in the room. I want to be the least smartest guy, because if I do that, then I get to learn something. So today, I'm sitting around a table with people who are better than me in the area that I want to be better in. Now, I might be better than them in other areas, and that's cool. But I definitely don't want to be the smartest guy in the room. That probably has been one of the best pieces of advice that I ever got from my coach way back when. Never be the smartest guy in the room. Seek to be around winners, people who are doing what you want to do. And today I'm spending a day with people, a full day, with people who are doing what I want to do. I'm excited about this. And I'll be reporting on it for the rest of the week. All that being said, as a coach myself, I like to say that I help people get unstuck in areas of life, love, business, and career. And I did that professionally as a professional therapist. I'm a trained therapist. I have a lot of education, practiced for over 2 decades, did well, got burnt out, which can happen so easily. And I'm talking about when you're seeing 30 people a week. That's a lot of people. Now I see about 10 people a week. And I get to choose them. They don't choose me. And it's nice to get back into that. Oh, I see a little kitty. I see a kitty face sticking through the bottom of the gate. Hi, baby. You can come up and have some breakfast. It's okay. It's all right. Come on up. You know, it's interesting. Animals know compassion when they see it. Animals have more sense about people than people have sense about people. You know? Injured animals make their way to this back deck, and I've had everything from deer and foxes and raccoons, possums, cats, dogs, birds. They just know, they know where to find love. They know where to find care. They know where to find a calming voice and a hand that loves them, you know? But in the same way that the wild animals know where to find love, I think people will gravitate to me because they know I have a solution for them. If I don't, I tell you, I don't pretend to be the be-all, end-all solution provider for all problems. That's not me. I can only help you with what I have been successful with. I love this phrase from John Calvin. First, let us learn from it that the more extraordinary the eagerness of the wicked men to despise the doctrine of Christ, the more zealous should godly ministers be to defend it, and the more strenuous should be their efforts to preserve it entirely. John Calvin, 1509 to 1564, speaking of the scripture, 2 Timothy 4:2. A priest starts tapping on the microphone, saying, "Is this thing on?" He makes a lot of noise and finally says, "Something is wrong with this mic." And the congregation replies, "And also with you." A little ecclesiastical humor here. Here's another one. This was from Steve Brown, who was... Does anyone know Steve Brown? Does anybody know Steve Brown? The guy was so influential in my life. Not as influential as like R.C. Sproul. But Steve Brown really moved me at a period of my life. I don't even know where he is. I would love to have him on the channel. I don't even know if he's alive. I don't know. He says, a Reformed Presbyterian minister falls down the stairs, picks himself up, dusts himself off, and says, "Whew, thank God that's over with." Again, only a few of you understood that. If you do understand that, explain it down below if you understood what that meant. Super esoteric. I have always had the most amazing lucid dreams, like real dreams. Some people, or I should say most people don't dream in color. I dream in color. My dreams are like movies that I am in. I'm in the movie. It's like an action movie, never boring. There's so many times I just want to go back to sleep to continue the adventure. It wasn't just a mishmash of stuff. actually solving problems and achieving goals in my sleep. And I'm actively part of it, not just watching it, I'm part of it. Solutions come in dreams when day-to-day life and stuff and people just get in the way while you are awake. That's the beauty of sleeping. It's all in there, but the consciousness gets in the way. I've always been a believer that sleep isn't just for rest. I think we are wired to wake up with solutions on the tips of our tongues. Think about this. Innovators, scholars, inventors, all of the old school days, all had a pen and notepad on their nightstand because they would wake up and write down the solutions that they dreamt about. I encourage you to do the same thing. Have a notebook and a pen on your nightstand. And I'm not talking about journaling, big difference. I'm talking about just the solutions to life that you come up with. Think about the problem in your head. Think about the thing that's perplexing you while your head is on the pillow. Think about that. Think about the wall that you just hit, the impenetrable wall, and look for ways around it consciously, and then drift off to sleep. What will happen is that you will find a solution to that wall, to that problem, to that relationship in your sleep. The problem is most people ignore their dreams. Most people ignore their dreams and forget them by 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm saying as soon as you wake up, write those things down. The answer for your issues is in your dreams. I don't believe this is true, but I think it's funny. Dating after 40 is easy. It's like riding a bike, but the bike is on fire, and the ground is on fire, and everything is on fire because you're in hell. I never really had that issue with dating. Never. I had a couple bad experiences, not like everybody else, but I've always had fun. Some of my dates turned into friendly acquaintances. And I'm not talking about like banging and then becoming friends. I'm talking about just like people that I liked, just enjoyed, but may not have been sexually attracted to. But I liked them as people, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that. I've been ghosted once in my lifetime. Here I am in my early 60s, and I've been ghosted once in my life. And that was probably about, I think I was about 55. About 55 years old. So that was what? About 60 years ago. 6 years ago. But had a nice date with a gal. She was affectionate, holding onto my arm as we're walking. Just real nice, friendly, warm. Just had a really, really great date. Kiss at the end of the date, and a little text. She says, thank you for such a great time. Hope we get to see each other again soon. And I agreed. I thought a second date would have been fun. Boom, ghosted at that point. Never saw her again. Crazy. And it does take you back. But if you feel any pain from that kind of stuff, any confusion, any cynicism, it's on you, which is going to lead me to the next thing that I'm going to say. And that is, if you get your heart broken, it's on you. Your idealism is well-meaning, but it will always get you into trouble. Always have one foot out the door. Always. If you get your heart broken at any age, it is on you. Hate to break the news to you, but it's on you. That leads me to saying this. I'm kind of looking forward to being married again someday, having fun with my wife, throwing a log on the fire, having a romantic dinner, going to the movies and shows, having a magnificent love life, and then going back to my house down the street. I won't explain it, but those with ears to hear the overall message, you will be blessed. Trust me. There was once a Craigslist ad for a barber in Philadelphia. Many of you know that I cut hair for many years, and it's a trade, family trade, that I actually love. A lot of people made fun of my trade. I don't know why. I don't know why. Some people even gave me the nickname Supercuts. I never cut hair in a Supercuts or a Great Clips or a hair butchery kind of place. I've always worked in very high-end places that I really like, and I happen to like my clientele. I look forward to every person that I cut their hair. I really do. And the people who I work with, they like me, and they like our conversation. They like the vibe, and I want to build them up. I don't want to just give them a good haircut. I want to help them in their life and their troubles. I want to listen to them and give them hope. I want people to walk away from my chair. I only cut hair 1 or 2 days a week. I want people to walk away not with just a good haircut, but with some hope. And that they do get. But here's a Craigslist ad for a barber in Philadelphia. You must fit the vibe and personality of the rest of the team. Interesting, right? Vibe. You must fit the vibe. Not exactly a clearly defined word that everybody can agree on. Kind of, well, we'll know it when we see it. That's the way they hire. It's got nothing to do with experience or resume. It's like, what is your vibe? Yeah, okay. You could suck at cutting hair, but you look really cool. You yourself have a cool haircut. You're pretty, you're handsome, you got the right amount of tattoos in the right places and piercings. You look edgy, whatever. But style over substance and talent has always been a formula for failure. If I had a salon or barbershop, I want equal amounts of talent, customer service skills, individualism, and ability to take direction. These are measurable and manageable. These things equal money. I don't care what your vibe is. Just look at these extremist counterculture freaks on the left. They need to be stopped. And with that, finish your coffee, and I'll see you on the next Daybreak Show, your home of sanity, clarity, reason, and the chopsticks of truth.